What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Brandon Deck. Hope you guys with a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about the 5 things that I hate about the new Honda Civic Si. Before I get started, I just want to let you guys know this is not a hate video. I do not hate the Civic Si. I'm just, not everything is perfect. I want to go over a couple things that I hate or dislike is what I should say, really dislike about it. And I want you guys to stay to the end and let me know what you guys hate about the car yourselves, just so I can see maybe if I missed something or if I didn't miss anything, or if you guys know as to why Honda did this. But this is all going to be in order. So we're going to start with number 5, go all the way down to number 1. So I hope you guys are excited for this one. So starting with number 5, me personally, and I told you guys this even when I had the Type R, not a fan of the red interior. Red interior just is not me. It's a little too flashy for me. Though it's not a whole lot in this car. It's kind of just all over the seats. If you guys don't remember the last Si, it was pretty much all black interior, which I'm a big fan of. Not really a huge fan of red interior. Like I said, same thing for the Type R. I don't like the seats being red. I'm a really just basic kind of interior guy, so I only like black interior only. I mean, like little red bits here and there is cool, like all this, like the trim, I guess you could say, and the trims along the doors and everything, and then the steering wheel as well. But in terms of like having everything else all red, just kind of is a little too flashy for me and just not my type. So that's number 5. Let me know what you guys think about that. The last generation, I like the interior a lot more, though, in terms of like everything else, like the vent and everything, and the screen being up here. I like everything a lot more. I just don't like the red. It's a little too much red for me. And by the way, I do have a list here, so I'm just kind of going off my list and going off of, all that extra stuff. Number 4 probably has to be the lack of storage. Now I don't mean storage as just trunk storage. The trunk storage is really, really good. The storage that I mean is, if you have a 10 gen, and I know most of you guys probably will, you guys know where you guys put your phone, your wallet, everything pretty much there. You have 2 decks. You have an upper deck and a lower deck. That I like completely. I like that 100%. For this one, you just have like this little area right here, which isn't really a whole lot. I mean, it's very, very tiny. Nancy, this is Nancy's car, so she has like her taser in here, her pepper spray, her glasses, her eyelash thingy majiggy. And then when I normally come in the car, I put my phone right here. Now, if you kind of just look at it, it's like almost taking up the rest of the space. Isn't really a whole much there. If you guys know, for like even my 10 gen, I put my Honda here, I put everything on there. I do use the bottom deck. I pretty much use that whole bottom piece and everything. So I feel like this isn't enough room for me personally for all the stuff that I use. This looks a little bit bigger. How much bigger it is from the last generation, I am not too sure. But this personally, I just don't like. This little compartment here is a little small as well. I mean, I don't know if the cup holders go up. No, they don't. This just pretty much goes all the way down. So it's not like the whole thing that the last generation was. Big upsetting. It's a little upsetting that doesn't go the whole thing, but we're not gonna knock it to them. Just gotta work our way around it. I'm a huge storage guy. This right here is normally all filled up. On the 10 gen, same thing here. And the bottom one, there's nothing there at all. So that's one thing to think about. If you guys have like a lot of stuff that you put in here, just probably utilize your glove box if that's big enough. Oh, definitely not big enough. Everything here seems so small. Is that just me? Everything here seems small. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. That's number 4. The lack of storage when you put like a lot of your stuff. I know it isn't a huge thing. That's why it's number 4. But to me personally, I use a lot of that stuff, so I'd rather have it. I'd rather have that extra space rather than not have it. Me personally, just a big pointer. And if you kind of notice, like a lot of this stuff is interior. Me personally, I like the exterior. I really do like it. But a lot of this stuff really is interior stuff, because a lot of this stuff I do sit in myself. I mean, not myself, but you do drive in this, you do sit in this. This is pretty much your cockpit. This is what you see when you go to work or when you're driving in general. So that's pretty much like why most of this stuff is mainly interior wise. But like I said, exterior wise, I have no problem with it. Number 3 on the list has to be the cluster here. So if you guys don't know, this is half digital, half like analog, I guess is what you can say. So it's not all digital. I think the Canadian version, and prove me if I'm wrong or correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the Canadian version both has digital on both sides. I could be wrong, but I just don't like having digital and having analog. I'd rather just have all one whole thing, whether it be all analog or all digital. To me, this looks a lot cleaner that way. You can't really tell when you're just looking at it. Obviously when you have glasses off and everything, you can really tell. That's just something that's not really huge, but it's just something that I'd rather have all one that can really just the small things. It really just says the small things in this car. Not too worried about that. you know, it is what it is. If it's all digital or if it's half and half, I guess it is what it is. I can't complain. But I just want to know why the Canadian version of the Civic Si, or maybe even if it's all of them, why they get all digital there. I don't know. But that's kind of upsetting a little bit. Number 2 on the list, and this probably has to be like up there with number 1, is the auto start. Now, if you guys don't know, this car does have auto start. I didn't know that until we actually got the car, and I realized that it had auto start. Not a big fan of it. I just don't get the point of you, like, you're driving a sports car. You know, I feel like this is more made for luxury cars and not really made for performance cars, quote unquote, or sports cars. I just don't like it, especially here in California where we have a decent amount of traffic, or a lot of traffic is what I should say. You're going in and out of traffic and it keeps turning off and on. And in order to turn it off every single time, every time you get in the car, you have to turn it off. So pretty much it shows you right here. And then I'm gonna hit it, and then it says idle stop off. I hope there's a way to fix it where you can just turn it off completely and not have to keep turning it off and on, because it kind of can get really annoying, especially if we do mod this car and we get an exhaust on this thing. Every single time it's gonna be like starting up a car. Every single time. That's gonna be quite annoying. I know a lot of people can agree with me on that. Like, if you're gonna mod this car and you get an exhaust on here, what if you're next to a cop and the car turns off, you forget to turn it off, and you put your clutch in, and the car turns on right next to the cop? It's kind of a big no-no, right? So I don't know. Me personally, not a big fan of it. I'd rather keep that in like classier cars, whether you're in like a Mercedes or anything, because this is a Honda that's a 1.5. It's good on gas if that's what they're using it for, and I'm not sure if that's going to cause a lot of wear and tear on the car. I'm not too sure. I haven't really done a whole lot of research on that, but I wonder if that causes a lot of wear and tear having the auto start every single time, especially if this car's your daily driver. I don't know, just not a really big fan of it. And last but not least, I'm going to get out of the car here, and this has to be, honestly, it's one of my biggest downfalls, right? Honda could have did so much with this. They could have put something here to replace it. They could have added something that would have been really cool that the last generation didn't have, but they didn't do it. It's the lack of fog light. There's no fog light on this car at all. It's just a piece of plastic that just sits there and does absolutely nothing. They could have made that into a vent that literally goes through here and cools down the brakes or whatever. Honda, you really missed your opportunity in trying to create a vent there that would be useful versus a piece of plastic that just covers it and does nothing. I'm pretty sure having the vent there will probably maybe save money versus having it not there. I don't know, that's just my personal opinion. I feel like that should have been an event or like something that would have been useful there, because it doesn't do anything. There's no fog light, there's no vent there. You could have easily added a vent right there. It would have made this car probably a little bit cooler, though it is pretty cool. It's still an SI, but I feel like a vent there would have been really, really nice to add a vent. You know, how much terms it would have been in terms of pricing, I don't think it would have been that much. Could have been possibly cheaper to cut a hole there versus put a piece of plastic there, but who knows, that could just be me. But other than those main 5 things, so we have the lack of storage, the auto start, the fog light, the cluster, and the red interior. I'm still a big fan of this car. We still haven't broken it in yet. The car has about 400 miles on it, and we got it brand new, so we're still trying to break him in. Sorry, Nancy, I know you're watching that. We're still trying to break him in, but I mean, I'm truly excited for what this car has to offer. There's going to be a lot of aftermarket parts for this car. I just know there is. You know, obviously the 10 gen was really big, so the 11 gen probably will have no problems with that. I'm excited for what this car has to offer. We have a lot of things going down for it. But yeah, I know, like I said, it's just really just the small things. It's nothing really big. I still enjoy this car. She still enjoys this car. It's just the little small things here and there. Like I said, nothing is perfect. No car is perfect. Every car that you guys is gonna have problems. So this is just the small little problems that I kind of dislike about the car. I don't hate the car. I actually really like it. And then one thing I am gonna go out to, and I am gonna say that this is kind of like a little extra thing that I hate. The wheels. I'm not a fan of matte black anymore, right? Especially on a wheel. I just don't like matte black on a wheel. It doesn't look right to me. It doesn't look like anything. Honda could have made that glossy, could have made it, you know, nicer. I'm not a fan of matte black wheels. I know that's kind of like what the norm is nowadays. A lot of companies starting to do it. Heyo. A lot of companies are probably starting to do it, but I'm just not a big fan of it. I believe the 2020s and up also had the matte black wheels. Just not a fan of it. I'm just not. I don't know. That I don't like. I like the last generation wheels better than this generation wheels. But yeah, like I said, I don't hate the car. The car is absolutely fine to me. I'm excited to put an exhaust on here, see what it sounds like, and just get kind of familiar with this generation a little bit more. But I'm truly excited. Like I said, I have no hate for it. I'm excited for what this generation is gonna bring. I hope you guys are excited to have this car on the channel, because we're gonna be doing a lot of fun things with it. Like I said, you guys know how I went with the last SI, so you know what we're gonna do with this SI. And we're not gonna go super crazy with it, but we are gonna have a lot of fun with it. So I'm truly excited. If you guys are excited for the 11th Gen SI, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. We're growing really fast. Thank you guys so much. If you guys are brand new here, please stay tuned for what's to come. We have a lot of things coming for this car, the Type R, and just content in general. We're doing good right now, so we're on a grind. Like I said, I've been posting videos and you guys have been enjoying them. So
Cannon.
That be Molly Rock.